everyone, how are you doing? This is Olutoyin Williams of olutoyinwilliams.com, HR career coach and author. I am really excited to have you in another episode of my YouTube channel. In this episode, we're going to be talking about how do you research the employer as an HR professional. A number of people have chatted with me to say, you know what, we've been enjoying your videos, but let's talk about researching the employer. What do you research for? How do you go about the research? What exactly are you looking for in order to make your application stand out as a top HR candidate? Now, one of the things I want to make really clear is that employers are very impressed when they find HR candidates that are very excited about their business and their organization. This tells them that there are high chances that when you're employed by the organization, you will be equally as excited about the business of the organization and the organization as a whole. Now, remember, HR candidates tend to sometimes be insular. What do I mean by that? All we talk about is human resources, how to manage the people, what can we do for the people. But the world has changed. While you need to be a people champion, if you're an HR professional at any level, you are expected to be a people champion, but you're also supposed to be business savvy. What do I mean by that? HR professionals that are very insular and all they can think and talk about is people will definitely soon not have an opportunity to talk about people. Here's what I mean. If you're called into a conversation and all you can see is the people angle, yeah, that's nice. But then if you really want to be a top HR candidate, you need to be able to talk beyond people. You must be able to talk about the business. You need to be able to talk about the markets the business is operating in. You need to be able to talk knowledgeably about the industry the business is operating in. Who are the competitors? What are the newest trends that are happening in the industry? And how can you, as an HR professional, add a different angle, add a different spin, bring up a new strategy to what is happening in the industry? Do you feel me? So you must be able to talk about the business. You must be able to widen the scope of your expertise beyond just talking about HR. Now, in the context of preparing for your interviews, let's apply this. So let's say you've just gotten an interview invitation from a company, say in technology, and they are located, say, in the US or in Nigeria. And you now need to get about with your research. What are you going to research about? We're going to talk about key things I want you to focus your research on when you're preparing for your interviews into in this video. And I'll be giving you all of the inside scoop as to how to do your research in order to have all of the information that you require to make your application and your interview as a top HR candidate stand out from the sea of other applicants. Strategy number 1. Finding out all you can about the business of the employer or the organization that you're interviewing with. I would like us to focus on the following points. The very first one, the products and the services that the company provides. As much as this seems very, commonsensical, you will be shocked that some people will turn up at interviews and they haven't had enough information about the products and the services that the company they are interviewing at produces. So you're not going to be that person, right? You're not going to be that HR person. You're going to be that HR person that finds out all you can about the products and the services that the organization you're going to provide. If possible, dig out some information around products and services that have been discontinued. Why did they discontinue it? Was there a human error involved? Is there a human angle to it? That brings flavor to your conversation during the interviews. So please find out all you can about the products and the services. Point number 2, find out all you can about the customers and the market that the organization is servicing. When you have a business that has been in existence for a number of years, even if they were a startup, they definitely have a target audience in mind. Who are they serving? Why are they serving them? Why is it important for them to serve that customer? Find out all you can. It will be an interesting point of view for you to bring into the organization as an HR person, that you are aware of who the customers are and what are the challenges around finding customers or retaining customers. Now, I'm giving this advice because no matter where you are in your HR journey, you must be aware of the customers and the clients or the market that your organization is supporting, serving, or producing services for. Why do you need to be aware? So let me give you an instance. Suppose you are a new HR professional, you're 0 to 5 years of experience, and you've just gotten into this organization, and you're in a team meeting, and they are talking about a business related issue that has to do with customer acquisition. How are you going to bring value into that conversation? If we're talking about, so you might be thinking to yourself, but Olutoyin, hang on, I am a new HR professional. Like, really, don't lay this on me. I'm a new HR professional. I don't know much. Second year of experience. All I just want to do is help them to hire and then put a bit of, whatever needs to be done, administrative HR task that has been assigned to me. You're wrong. If you're really serious about your HR career, then you must be strategic. And that's the purpose of me recording these videos. I really want you to be strategic. So I'm going to give you my insights. Even though I am quite senior in my HR experience, I can distill it into a form that you can use. So let's go back to that example again. You are a young HR professional, new in your career, 0 to 2 years or 0 to 3 years. You're sitting in a team meeting and you're there just listening in to, your team members talk about this particular business-wide issue, such as customer retention or customer acquisition. And there you are. You have no clue about who the business is serving. How are you going to add value to that conversation? How are you going to stand out as an employee that brings value to the table? Let's not even delve into the fact that you're in HR. Let's even talk about you just being an employee of an organization. So let's say, for example, you have an organization who produces soft drinks, and then that's not a good example for you. Let's think about an organization that produces energy drinks. Who are you targeting? Who is your main customer? How are you reaching them? If, for example, sales numbers are dropping, that's not your direct problem. I recognize that. But if you're in a company-wide meeting and they're having a conversation, how are you going to add value? You need to be able to add value to that conversation. So get busy finding out who is the customer that your organization is serving and why did they choose to serve that customer. Your insights as an individual might be very helpful in steering the direction of the organization to what can actually bring in more revenue. How would you like that? You love that, right? Great. So as much as possible, find out. Now, at a more strategic HR level, you being able to sit in a meeting and other HODs are brainstorming a problem around customer acquisition, or you're even talking about maybe business planning for the year, and we're saying we want to increase our customer acquisition rate or our customer retention rate, and you as an HR person, you're able to lend fantastic insights to that conversation. How would you feel? You would definitely be a gem of an HR person. So you need to be able to understand who you're serving, why you're serving them, and allow yourself to bring in your unique perspective to the conversation. And that will end up scoring you loads of brownie points, but also making the organization aware that they've got an HR person who is actually very much in tune with what the organization does. So it's not enough for you to know how to hire people. You must be able to weigh in on a conversation. Now remember, weigh in at the level that is appropriate to your experience. If you're weighing in on the conversation at the level of being a new person in HR, that's fine. If you're an experienced person in HR, weigh in on that conversation at the level of a strategic HR person, and that'll be fine. So that'll be our second point for today. Remember the first one I said. One is to understand the products and the services that the organization provides. Two is do your research around the customer and the market that the organization is playing in. 3, I want you to do your research on key metrics that concerns the organization. So what are the key metrics that an organization will be concerned about? For example, profitability numbers, loss numbers, growth numbers as well. How is the organization growing? How many branches do we have? How many are we looking to get or acquire in the next 2 to 3 years? What did we make in the last year? What was our gross profit numbers? If you're not at the level where you need to know these numbers and these numbers will mean anything to you, at least try and understand in how many locations is the organization present in? How many branches do they have in the country? How many branches were closed down last year? What was the reason why the branches were closed down last year? You see, having this knowledge helps you to be able to bring value to the table. When you're able to bring value to the table, you would increase your worth as an HR person. So that's my third point today. This is all under you trying to find out more about the employer who has invited you for an interview. So find out the products and services that they provide, find out the customers and the market that they play in, find out their key metrics, and then the fourth point I'm going to give you on information around the employer is find out latest news about them. Have they recently been acquired? Have they recently merged with another business? Are they looking to expand into another sector? Are they looking at expanding their current offerings? Are they looking at recalling some product lines? Are they looking at going into partnerships or collaborations with another business? What exactly about them has been in the news? If it has been in the news, it's in the public domain. If you're coming into an interview and you have no clue about this, what sort of HR person do you think you would be? So if you really want to stand out amongst the sea of applications, especially because, when you come into an interview situation, you're meeting people who are also equally qualified. They are not coming in there with no knowledge. They're coming in there equally qualified. So if you're keen to stand out differently in that organization, then you need to find out a little more about the business of the organization. Remember, find out more about the business of the organization, and I have given 4 main points that I would like you to find out about. Number 1, find out about the products and the services that the company offers. As simple as that might sound, you need to make sure that you know exactly what they offer. Number 2, find out about the customers and the markets that they are playing in. What market are they currently playing in? What is going on in that market? How are they retaining customers? How are they acquiring customers? How difficult or easy has it been for them? Number 3, find out key metrics about the organization. How much did they make last year? How much did they lose last year? Are they looking to expand this year? By how much are they looking at expanding? And then number 4, find out what is in the news about them. If it's already in the public domain, then if you don't know it, it's your loss. If you know it, you're able to come into the interview situation and you're able to bring more value to the conversation, because now that you have done your research, you have a wealth of knowledge to display. And of course, if I know you well, if you have been watching my videos and you've been taking notes, you're definitely going to relate all that knowledge to your discipline as an HR professional. So let me give you a case in point of what I mean. Let's say you found out that the organization has recently, this is in the news, the organization has recently acquired another organization. What are the things you think the organization will be currently grappling with when it comes to human resources? Are we not going to be looking at culture? Are we not going to be looking at how do we merge two separate organizations, and make it into one holistic and seamless organization? Are we not going to be talking about policies? Are we not going to talk about localizing policies, especially if the organization that has been merged with is from another country or is from another region? Are we not going to be talking about harmonizing the performance management system? So can you see how a simple news item, i.e., organization A has merged or has acquired organization B, can you see all of the HR outputs that is going to come out as a result of that merger? And this is where I need you to shine as an HR professional, because you're going to take that piece of information from the news. You're going to sit down and think about all of the potential HR challenges that will come up as a result of that. And guess what? You're going to prefer 1 or 2 potential solutions to those challenges. Imagine if you were in an interview and you met an HR professional that told you all of that. wouldn't you immediately give that person extra points for just being so smart and able to tie 1 and 2 together? That HR person should be you. So for today's video, this is all we will be sharing. We have shared with you how you need to stand out from other HR candidates during your interview prep by finding out all you can about the employer. And I have given you 4 specific points that you need to find out about the employer. I'll list them in the description box below. I hope you have found this video helpful. Put your comments in the comments below. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much, and we'll